Tensions on The View ran high today, and for good reason. In the wake of President Donald Trump's controversial move to deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles in response to ongoing immigration protests, co-host Sunny Hostin issued a dire warning that has everyone talking. The former federal prosecutor didn't hold back, calling the president's actions dangerous and undemocratic. He's militarizing and deploying the Guard for the purpose of policing Americans' protest activity, our freedom of speech, our freedom of assembly, Hostin said during the show's opening Hot Topic segment. And she didn't stop there. Hostin, who has consistently used her platform to call out injustice, went so far as to say Trump's move could lead to chaos, fascism, and even civil war. Hostin's words weren't just emotional, they were grounded in legal reality. She reminded viewers of a common misconception in the U.S. Being undocumented is not, in itself, a criminal offense. It's not a crime to be undocumented, she emphasized, pointing to the dangerous gap between perception and truth. While entering the country illegally can be a civil violation or a misdemeanor, most undocumented immigrants live under immense pressure, but aren't guilty of any criminal wrongdoing. And yet, Hostin noted, a staggering 66% of Americans still believe that simply being undocumented is a crime worthy of deportation. That statistic stunned many viewers, but for Hostin, it only underscored how misinformation is fueling fear and division. Co-host Sara Haines took a different, though equally compelling, angle, suggesting that Trump's decision to send in the National Guard was less about policy and more about performance. He's losing support in every area: economy, inflation, foreign policy, tariffs, you name it, Haines said. So what does he do? He leans into the one issue that still energizes his base: immigration. According to recent polling she cited, 2/3 of independents, nearly 90% of Republicans, and just under half of Democrats believe being undocumented is enough to justify deportation. Haines argued that Trump's move is strategic, not coincidental. It's not just what he's doing, it's the scene he's creating, she said. It gives him a spotlight, a moment to look powerful, even if it means trampling on civil liberties. What made today's conversation so compelling is how it peeled back the political theater and got to the heart of what's really happening in America. Hostin's warning of civil unrest isn't hyperbole. It's a reflection of the deepening divide in the country and how easily that division can be exploited by leaders chasing headlines. The use of military force against American citizens, particularly when they're peacefully protesting, is a line many believe should never be crossed. Yet here we are, witnessing the normalization of that very tactic. In a moment where immigration remains one of the most polarizing issues in the nation, The View provided a rare space for both legal insight and emotional clarity. Hostin reminded us that patriotism isn't just about waving flags, it's about defending constitutional rights, even for those without documents. And as the 2024 election draws nearer, today's segment felt less like a talk show and more like a wake-up call. Because when civil rights are compromised under the guise of national security, silence is not an option.